This is a piece. When I was working on my master's at Cal State Fullerton about 20 years ago, my master's was in English with an emphasis in creative writing, and so half my classes were regular English classes, half my classes were creative writing. And this little piece I had created, and actually turned it. They had a call for poems about war and peace, and so I submitted two, and they actually won a prize. I think I got $10 for submitting those two poems, and they actually published them in the Fullerton, the Cal State Fullerton poetry collection that year. One of them was "Give Us a Hand, Grenada," which was obviously not a poem, it's a song, but I had to recite it, and so I didn't bring my guitar, and I had to, like, it was very hard not to go, "Give us a hand," I had to go, "Give us a hand, Grenada," and try to make it sound like words, when in fact, in my head I'm going, anyway. This is the other poem that they liked and that won a little award. It's called "Kids in War Don't Mix." And it's really not a reading poem either, it's a visual poem. But I don't have a way to show it to you, so I'll just kind of explain it. It goes like this. It is, you know what word association is? Where somebody says a word and the first thing that pops into your head, you attach to it. This is a word association poem, but what it is a string of concepts where the first one, I'll start out, and do you guys know who Captain Kangaroo is? Do you remember him? He's been dead a while. This won't have much relevance for too long. But for 30 years, he was the children's television guy. He was number one. Mr. Rogers on PBS was, he was there, but Captain Kangaroo was like the main guy for kids. In fact, I saw a woman once punishing her child, and she was just wailing on him. It was actually just down the road here. I think now it's called El Seven Mares, but it used to be a little Foster's Freeze that we used to go to sometimes. And the kid was out, and it was in the parking lot of this place. And she was just whanging him, and he's going, "Ah!" And what she was saying was, "Bam! Would Captain Kangaroo say that?" It was such a strange kind of training that but that was, that's what an idol he was. He was like, he was the perfect model of how children should behave. Of course, my wife was always scared to death of him. He had these great, huge pockets. I think that's why he was called Kangaroo, because he had big, giant pockets, and she just was deathly afraid that there was something really bad in those pockets. But I always thought it was kind of cool. But the premise here, and I'll just show you, it is a connection of words, and so on one side is one word, and on the other side is another word, and then down the middle it begins to get ands, and so in the end there is a circle with a cross in the middle and a kind of circle. So it says, Captain Kangaroo, or actually I'll get it for you here. Yeah. Captain Kangaroo Court Martial Arts and Crafts Warning. Park and lock Smith and Wesson, oil and water you doing. That's worth hearing again. Captain Kangaroo Court Martial. See, Kangaroo Court is a concept. Court Martial is a concept. Martial arts is a concept. Arts and craft is a concept. Craft warning. Okay, craft warning. That's a small craft warning where they say be careful. And then they also say warning. Park and lock. It says park and lock it. Except this one says park and lock Smith, locksmith. Smith and Wesson, which is a gun. Oil, Wesson oil, because Wesson is also a manufacturer of cooking oil. Wesson, oil, oil and water. And then a pun at the end on the joke, what are you doing? So it says, Captain Kangaroo, Court, Martial, Arts and Craft Warning. Park and Locksmith and Wesson, oil and water,